So, came outside because I'm a carrot man, only to see them killing my fellow carrots. This is the body of my friends. They've killed them, they've picked them, they take them from their home.
Okay, so now we're in the favorite part of the garden. Well, right now it's the favorite part of the garden because we're about to start thinning out our carrots. And my daughter had a brilliant idea because, like I said, I planted everything very densely and just kind of sprinkled seeds in there, mostly because I didn't have enough stamina to do what I needed to do, so I wanted it done as quickly as possible. So you can come out here, you can eat the carrot tops when they're little. I'm sure you can eat the carrot tops now. My daughter loves them. So hold on, baby. Hey, can you get your feet out of the garden? That would be great because you're packing down the soil and we don't need to do that. So what we're doing is we're coming in here and thinning them out. I'm late to thinning them out. So carrots have already grown. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in here and we're going to pull them out. And I know I'm going to have baby carrots. Everybody loves baby carrots. Some of them might be bigger than baby carrots, but then that way we can keep the carrots in the ground that we still want to grow and get bigger, but we're eating what we're thinning out because, like I said, I waited too long to do this. All right, very densely planted carrots. The chickens did mess up my rows here. So we have an orange variety, a red variety, and a black variety. I got them all from Baker Creek. Also, we have a couple of parsnips left, but most all the parsnips got eaten by the rabbits. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So if you see and hear, everything is very close together down in here. You see that? And generally, I think it was like every 8 inches is what they said to do for carrots. I don't know. I can't remember. So this needs to come out. That's too small to eat. So we can either eat the tops or we can feed it to the animals, which is probably what we'll do. So come in here and pull them out, the little ones. But every now and then in your thinnings, you're going to get bigger ones. I think the kids have eaten all the bigger carrots. Let's see. Yeah, hold on, because I want to get some of these cool varieties. Look, this one's tops are coming off, so let's try this. Let's try this. There we go. Look at that. That's my black seeds, Black Nebula, right? So those are perfect baby carrot sizes.
Zing.
Yeah. See, that's perfect baby carrot sizes. Those are good to eat, so we'll eat those. All right. Hey, Campbell, thin them out to where there's one carrot about every, like, your finger. So use your finger.
Pointer finger.
Yeah, your pointer finger. That way they'll get long and thin. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I would like it to be good. So focus, okay?
I found these two.
This is our red variety that we got. I can't remember what it's called. But I'm thinking about making a soup tonight, and these will be perfect in it. So, all right, you fill up a pile there, okay? We're not going to pull all of them because we want to keep some in the ground.
When they're bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 carrots thinking there were 1. No way. Pretty.
That was really pretty. See how pretty that is? It's really hard to thin them out this big.
So I dug in the dirt, not even deeper than my fingers, and I always,
No way.
like,
What is it?
worms.
You're gonna see these worms.
hatchery.
Can you see them? Those are all in our soil. She said she didn't get any deeper than her fingers. That's what we want in our soil.
It's a bunch of baby worms too, or
Yeah.
like younger worms. So
That's kind of cool.
yeah,
Woohoo!
there are a couple dead worms too.
Worm farmer. Feel more like a soil farmer, to be honest. Like trying to grow good soil, have good food. Okay, so it's a couple of days later and I did not use them in the soup. I changed my mind on whatever we were eating for dinner that night. So what we're gonna do is we are going to ferment these carrots. If you don't know anything about fermenting, it's a way of preserving your harvest, and it's super simple. People are intimidated by it. There's no reason to be intimidated by it. I started fermenting vegetables last year, and carrots were by far my most favorite thing to ferment. And they say crunchy and vinegary. It can be super tart. I think it can be, I guess, depending on the carrot and then the salt that you use. Also, you can tell that it's a couple days later. Look how dark my hair is. And look at my eyebrows. What? That 5 o'clock shadow eyebrows coming in thicker, or darker, I should say. Super thick eyebrows right now. Super thick eyelashes and dark hair. I actually had my husband buzz my head for me so that everything would come in the same length. Oh, these smell good. They smell so good. So one of the things that you saw us doing, or saw my girls doing, is taking the tops off of the carrots. And I'll tell you why we do that. There's nothing prettier at a farmer's market than seeing a whole bunch of carrots, like this bunch of carrots with the carrot tops all on them. And I see them going up and down the aisle buying those carrots. Those things get snatched up so quickly. And then they're hanging out of their tote bags, and you've got these carrot tops just hanging out, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. However, those carrot tops can kind of suck the life out of your carrots. The longer the carrot is out of the ground, the longer that top is attached to the carrot, the softer the carrot gets. So when you harvest your carrots, you want to take those carrot tops off so you can have a harder carrot for a while. I learned this when I was doing a lot of research for market gardening, and it is something that customers would like to see and want to buy at farmers markets. However, restaurant chefs know better, and they want the carrot tops off. But you can take those carrot tops, they don't have to go to waste, and you can feed them to your animals, which is what we did with ours. But you can also bring them in, put them in your salads, chop them up, put them in your salads. My daughter loves to put them in her salads. And you can also make a pesto out of them. I have not made a pesto out of the carrot tops yet, but that is on my list of things to do when I have a significant amount. So carrot tops have been taken off of our carrots, and they've been washed really, really good. So I'm just gonna pop them in here. I was hoping to have enough for a quart jar because we'll go through these really fast, but that's okay. So let's see. I have red, black, and orange carrots going in. These are all little baby carrots. They taste amazing. If I put these in a little bit more of an organized fashion, they would fit in here nicer, but I'm not gonna do that. Hey Ella, would you go cut me some dill, some of the dill that still looks really good? When you're fermenting, you can put whatever really that you want in here. You can put spices in here. I am not going to put tons of things in here other than just the liquid and salt, but I am going to put some dill in here to give it kind of that dill pickle flavor, even though these do taste different than pickles. All right, so these are packed in here pretty good, pretty tight. So this is a pint jar right here. This is what this is. Move that out of the way. My daughter will be back in here with the dill in just a minute. I'm gonna stuff that dill in here if it's still good. We got a pretty hard frost the other morning. And then what this is a pint of non-chlorinated water. I have a Berkey water filter and it takes the chlorine out of it for me. And then I have 2 tablespoons of salt, and I use kosher salt. One of the things that I learned this year, and I kind of learned by mistake, is that every salt tastes different. Like I knew that it tasted different. Will you rinse that off for me real quick? Thank you. Awesome. So here's my pretty dill. Isn't that awesome? So I learned about salt by mistake. I knew that kosher salt, sea salt, all tasted different than regular table salt that you get. But I wasn't ever thinking that kosher salt and sea salt tasted different. So I made a huge batch of pickles once with sea salt, and they did not turn out like I wanted them to. So all your salts taste different. I'm using kosher salt, and I think it has a stronger flavor to it. But what I did, so you can do, general rule of thumb is about 1 to 2 tablespoons per 2 cups of water. And so what I did is I stirred it and dissolved it really good, so that way it will all go in here. And so we're just gonna pour it in, and I'll make a mess, I'm sure. Cover it all completely, leaving a little bit of headspace. Here we go. We don't want anything sticking up. And then I'm going to cover this and let it sit on my countertop. All right. So it's covered. Just hand tight, not super, super tight. You can see how pretty that is. But I'm gonna set it on my countertop, and every couple of days I'll go in and I'll burp it.
You don't need any fancy equipment, just so you know. There's a lot of fancy fermenting equipment that I'm sure makes this process easier and better, but you don't have to have that. So what I do is I go in here, and I'll probably check it in the morning, and burp it, and you just twist the top, and it's gonna make this psh sound, and then I close it back. And then I'll do it again in the evening, and it'll go psh, and do that. That's called burping it. And so after probably 2-3 days, because this is small, the brine in here is gonna permeate pretty quickly in there. So probably about 2 days, I'll taste one of the carrots. And if I like the flavor, then I will stick it in the refrigerator because it has reached the flavor that I want, and I can stop the fermentation process. But fermented carrots, one of my favorite fermented foods. Good for your gut. It also will keep these guys stored for a while, and it will keep them nice and crunchy. And you can just eat a couple of them after a meal, and it will aid in your digestion. So there you go, guys. I think I'm gonna do this with the radishes that we harvested and have some fermented radishes. I do like them pickled, but I think I'm gonna ferment these. These have a really mild flavor to them, so I think they'll do really good in a fermentation process. So I don't have that many. I just have a few of them, a handful here. I'm gonna clean these up. All right, thank you for watching again, and we will see you next time. Oh, come on.
PG.
The people want to see you. Yeah, it's on.
Ooh. PG, Daddy.
It is PG.
It's cringy.
It's cringy. Our teenagers are slightly embarrassed.
Parental guidance.